Hello everyone, I'm Rose and this is Untwist Your Stitches, a Flosstube channel about my sewing, crocheting, cross stitch, and other crafting endeavors. I am back after 5 weeks away and I have some sewing to share, I have some crocheting to share, and then of course I have my cross stitch, which is the main part of this particular Flosstube. I have an FFO, I have an STAFF, which is start and fully finish. I have whips, I have a little bit of haul, and I guess I've got just some stories to tell about what has been going on since I've been away. So to begin with, I want to thank everyone that participated in my summer mystery stitch box that I had 31 different items in the box. We opened one per day. The last 2 videos, for whatever reason, did not load to YouTube, and because I was not at home, I couldn't redo the videos and put them up. But I really hope that those that participated had a good time. I did get feedback from 3 of the participants, and it was just really fun to do. I wish there'd have been a few more boxes sold, but that's just the way it goes. And maybe next year, if I have a few more followers, then it can be a little bit more interactive. But thank you for those that did participate, and thank you for those who followed along with the videos, even if you didn't buy the box. This is Flosstube number 32. It is August 11th, and let's get going on what we have. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a video that I took previous to now, and it is the crocheted item that I did. I will put that in, and then I'll come back and tell you some more about what was going on with that. A little blurb that I wanted to throw in to show you one of my crochet projects, because it is being gifted, and by the time that I have my next video, it will already be gone. And pictures never give it the same as when I show it in the videos. So here is my little duck. And I added the ribbon and this little charm bead, whatever you want to call it. But he's much bigger than what I thought he was going to be when I first found the pattern. And it's a pattern on Etsy. I will put the information in the description below if you were at all interested in it. And it was a really quick project to make. I think it only took me like maybe an hour and a half to complete him. But he's got his little tail back here, and I thought he was really sweet. So that is my crocheted duck that I had to show you before I gave it as a gift. So this is the pattern that I followed. Again, I will put the information in the description box so that if you are interested in doing that particular item, you can find it. And it was just really fun. My friend thought it was so cute when she received it. She was so happy. The next thing is my sewing project, and I finished it only the day before I left to go to my granddaughter and son. It was a frog that I sewed for her, so I will insert a couple of pictures that I took of it. But so here it is. It is called Frog Patch, and it is a design by me and my sister Designs, and it comes out pretty large. It was, it was that big around. I know it's hard to show you, but it is a pretty good size pattern, and it came out super cute. So I was very happy with it. And my granddaughter loved it. She carried it around most of the time that I was with her. So those are my other two crafts. The rest of what I'm going to show you is my cross stitching, and we will start with an FFO. Now this I showed you last time as the stitched finish, but now I have it completely finished into an envelope pillowcase, and it is going to be displayed in May as a Zwiegert Snowman of the month. This was May. I did not do all of the flowers that were around his face. I didn't think it needed it with the fabric that I chose. This is a 14 count, and this fabric was in my stash from years, and I finally was able to find the perfect pattern to go onto it. So that is my FFO. Had to come back and do a little retake on a section because I had forgot that I hadn't shown you guys a finish that was part of the mystery box in July. So this was a pattern that I created myself. I stitched it myself and I finished it myself. And this is what it is. I call this All My Friends Are Flakes #1. I have 4 of these snowflake patterns that I've created, and this is #1. I put the pattern, all of the finishing materials, and the lace and this in the box as part of the giveaway. And then I have what I call a staff. It is start and fully finished, and it is the August flower that I use in my perpetual calendar. It's a Gladiolus, and it's on 14 count pink fabric. The design was a freebie from Maurer-Stroh. And yeah, it's just, this is what it is. So I was really happy to get that finished. This was one of the pieces that I took on my trip with me, and I was able to finish it before I got back. So those are my finished pieces. I don't have just a finish. All of mine are fully finished, so we will go into whips. So the 1st of July, I worked on Raven Queen, and it is a Nora Corbett with my color conversions, and also with the added piece from Whispered in the by the Wind, the Morning Tree. And what I did this time was the beading. Well, I finished, let me show you. So this is it. I finished this portion here. I finished that up, and then I did the beading. There's a lot of beading on the bottom of her dress. It's hard to see, but there are some dark green beads here in this portion of her dress, and then the lighter green and red. And I used red because my favorite gemstone is a ruby. So for my queen, I used silver and red. I am so close to being done. I still have the whisper thread to put on this side of her cape, and right here on her dress there are a few more spaces for beads, and I have to decide if I want to do those in the red or if I want to do those in the silver like her crown. But that's all I have left, and then I have to make a decision. I've been going back and forth on this. If you notice in the pattern here, there are some more background stitching to do. Now, I left it out on mine, but I'm wondering if I shouldn't put it in. So I've really got to make up my mind and decide. But I'm so happy with how this has turned out. I love this piece. And then I will give it a wash, give it some ironing, and I may pull this out again this month. I didn't finish it because I wanted to get some time done on my Heaven and Earth Snowman, because I was going to be gone for so long and I really wanted to put some work in it. So I didn't finish. And I haven't shown my project bags lately, so I thought I would show them today. This is the project bag that Raven Queen goes in. It's one that I made for myself, and it's got the tag on it to let me know what is in it. And yeah, that's just what's in that one. So Raven Queen may come out again in August just to finish her up and get a finish on her. I got to make up my mind. That's the biggest thing, is that background. I've got to make up my mind what I'm going to do with that. So then let's go on to my Heaven and Earth. This was the one I was working on the week before I left to go on my trip. And consequently, with everything, packing, cleaning the house, washing clothes, all of those things that you do before you go on vacation, I didn't get as much time on it as I would like to have. I think I only got 3 days on it. So it didn't get as much done as I would have liked to, but progress is progress, and that's all you can ask for. So here it is. And obviously the part that I worked on was here by the gate, this area right here with all these colors. It's the path that leads from the gate to the cottage. So that is what I worked on with that. And the project bag for this is another one that I made for myself. It is my Little House on the Prairie bag, and the charms that I use, there's a longhorn cow, there's a cowboy boot, and there's a pistol, and then this little kind of angel winged thing here. But that is my project bag for Heaven and Earth Christmas Cottage. Oh, you know what? I didn't finish my information about Raven Queen. I always forget this part. This is done on 16 count dapple, and I believe it was a picture of this plus that I got off of 123 Stitch. So that is 16 count dapple, and this is 16 count dove gray. Now that one does have a little bit of modeling in it, not a whole lot. You can kind of see it in person. I don't know if it's showing up on the video, but it does have some dappling in it. So both of those are 16 count Aida. The next thing I worked on, and this was what I took on the airplane with me and in the airport, because flying from Idaho to North Carolina, there's a lot of stops that you have to make. So I went from here to Seattle, and in Seattle I had a 3.5 hour layover. So I was able to go ahead and do some stitching and get something to eat and all those kinds of things. What I worked on was my Mill Hill Chicks Hotel. And this is what it looks like. And this, the frame that it's in is one of those magnetic frames that you can get on Etsy, and they are wonderful. I just love having it because it makes it so much easier to hold and to work with. So that's how much I got done on that. And I'm using the perforated paper from the kit and all of the threads. And I will, when it comes time, I'll use the beads and the little, this chicken up here, right there, that's a bead. So, it comes with the kit. So that's what I will use. And this is the bag that it's in. Another one that I did for myself. This is one of those plaid, oh, I can't think of it. My brain just shut down. But it's the patterns that they make specifically for this. And I have my tag on it that says Mill Hill Kits. And then this was a gift from one of my sisters for my birthday. It's a keychain, but I use it as a bag tag. And what was next? Oh, so after I finished Gladiolus, I had a little bit extra time in the week, and I went ahead and I started another flower design. This will be September's, and it's a Larkspar. I can't show you a picture of it because all I printed was the pattern portion of it. So I will try to get online and find a picture of it. It's another one of Ellen Maurer-Stroh's flowers, because I wanted all of them to be, the same size and kind of the same design style. So this one will be September. It was supposed to be July's flower, but because my birthday is in July and my favorite flower is the Lily of the Valley, I chose to change it up and use that for July, and then this will become September. And it is in another one of my own bags that I made. It's got the tag on it for Flower of the Month, or monthly flowers. It's got this little tag. This came with something that I had ordered I believe it was my wooden bobbins that I ordered. This was a free gift that came with that. And yeah, that's what the flowers are housed in. And then I believe that's all of my whips. Well, that was a new start. So it wasn't really a whip, but it was kind of a whip because it's a whip because it's part of the whole series that I'm doing. It's a whole weird thing that I have. But technically that was a new start. And I have another new start, and that is Bird Herd by Boomerang Stitches. This, again, I don't know if you know, but this was a free pattern that they released last year. And I have made some color changes to mine. But this is where it's at. So the pink bird has color changes. The blue bird has color changes. This one is going to be done with the suggested colors that they put in the pattern. The berries I changed. And the reason that I changed the berries is because in Idaho and Montana, in this area, huckleberries are a huge thing. So I made these into my huckleberries, and then the red ones I made into the raspberries that also grow wild in the area. So that's why I changed those. Plus I just wanted to brighten it up a little bit. The colors that they had were really great, but they weren't really bright enough for me. So I made the choice to change them to colors that some of the colors in here are the same as what was suggested, but some of them aren't. And if you're interested in the colors that I use, just leave me a message in the below in the comment section, and I can give you the name of the flosses that I used. This pink one, I know right now off the top of my head, this one is a Belsois that's called Watermelon, and the lighter colored in there is Weeks Dye Works Rose Quartz. The blue, I do not remember which one I used for the blue. And then this green, this light green is, again, I don't remember the colors. But I can answer and let you know in the, if you leave me a message, I will be sure to add those to, I will reply those to you. This is done on, oh geez, I keep forgetting. This is done on 18 count, no, sorry, not 18 count, 20 count Grandpa's Sleeve by X-Jew Design. And I just think it is the neatest fabric. I love it. I think it's really great. And I think these birds stand out very nicely on there. Now I am going to also change the words that are below the birds, and when I bring it out next I will tell you what phrase I used. But I've got one in mind, and I think it'll really be nice for what I want to do there. And I don't remember if I told you or not, but this is 14 count yellow Charles Craft fabric. Keep forgetting to tell you the name of the fabric. So those are all my whips, because I did not, while I was gone, I did not get hardly any stitching, very, very little. Mostly it was the stitching that I did in the airport when I was traveling and having layovers and whatnot. So for almost 2.5 weeks, I got almost 0 stitching done. I did get a few days when my granddaughter went to summer camp for a couple hours, but for the most part, I just enjoyed my time with her and my son, and I didn't do any stitching. So then that leads us into plans. And my plans for August are my One Nation flag, which I'm working on. I am going to be pulling out my Christmas cottage, Heaven and Earth design, and get some more work done on that, because like I have been telling you all year, I really would like to get it finished by, next year sometime. And in order to do that, I have to work on it, throughout the year and get these pages popped out. The other thing I am doing as plans is I talked to you last time about doing a kitted parade, because I have a whole bunch of projects kitted up. Now that I'm back and now that I'll have some time, I'm going to do that. So I am working on getting my kits pulled out, figuring out what is in them so that I know what to tell you about, and do that. So it should be maybe the end of next week. I'll have that ready and put up for you. Now we're going to go into postal prizes, all right, and I am back, and the first thing I am going to show you is my August Roxy Floss Co. one-of-a-kind threads. And starting here, we have Driving Me Daisy, Cobb is Your Uncle, Sunny Disposition, Mazed and Confused, Hide and Seek is the green, and it's kind of a little bit of a mottled green. It's not really extremely mottled, but it does have some variations in it. And then Bumbleberry is what color would you call that? Kind of a raspberry color. And the speckled fibers this time is called Extravaganza. And what I have decided is for October, my flowers of the month, they're a yellow flower, and I am going to trade out the DMCs and use these one-of-a-kind fibers for that, because they are just very beautiful, and I think they would work wonderful with the flower that is coming up for my October. So those you will be seeing again in the not too distant future. Once a month I go into town, and the local quilting store has they call it a social, SEW, social, and you can sew, obviously, with your sewing machine. What I do is I take my stitching with me, and everybody really loves seeing all my different patterns that I'm doing, and it's just a fun time. Well, while I was there this time, I was looking around, and I found this, which will go wonderful on my patriotic wall. It is an It's So Emma, and it's called American Spirit. It is from 2020. And yeah, I just thought that would be so cool. So I'm going to be putting this into my rotation for my patriotics. I don't know how many I'll get before July of next year, but I hope to get quite a few. And then it'll just be a part of my display wall. The other thing that I bought is not it's not strictly cross-stitching stuff, but it's because of cross-stitch that I bought it. If you watch Floss Paper Scissors with Catherine and Julie, you will have seen that Catherine from I Got You Designs had some new project bags and t-shirts up on her website. And when I saw them, I could not resist. So I just today, before I started filming, I got my package from her, and it's great. So as a free gift, she sent a couple of stickers, and in a minute you'll understand why the chicken is part of the stickers. She also sent this. It says Stitcher on it with a little red, white, and blue bead. And that will go on one of my project bags. I may have to do a patriotic project bag just so I can put this on it. Oh, here it is. I got one of their Floss Paper Scissor needle minders. It's very blingy, and I love it. And then this is why the chicken. She did this adorable chicken patriotic t-shirt, and I just love it. Are they just not the coolest chickens you've ever seen? It's great. I'm so happy that I got that. And the other thing I got from her was this patriotic tote bag, and it's very large. It is going to fit a lot of projects in there. But is that not cool? So go to her shop, and I'll put this up again so that you can get it down. And yeah, she's got some really great things that you can order from her. But when she showed these with the patriotic theme, I just could not resist. So that is all of my haul. Next thing I do is I make suggestions for other floss tubes. If some of them you'll probably know because they've been around for quite a while and they are very popular, but some of them you may not. So I just like giving them a little shout out. The first one is going to be Cross Stitch the Globe. Now, I'm blanking on her name. Why am I blanking on her name? Allison is the sister. Sorry, I will put it in the description box. But anyway, she did a deal where she asked for different things that people either like, extremely like, or extremely dislike. And she calls it her hot takes. And she goes through and she reads the comment that was sent to her, and then she gives her opinion of how she feels about these different things. Now, there are some things I totally agreed with her on, and there are some things I did not agree with her on. That doesn't mean that she's wrong or I'm wrong. It just means that we have different opinions on certain things. But it is worth watching, and it's kind of fun to just see what some people like, don't like, are indifferent to, but just some things that as stitchers you will understand when she starts talking about the different items that were commented to her. So that was a good one. Also, Sarah's Stitchery That's always a great one to go and watch, because not only does she show her projects, but she has people send in pictures of their finished projects, and she likes to share them with her audience. And she's very talented. She's a very talented lady. Two Needles Pulling Thread. They were off for a little while, and they just had a new one out. I believe it was last week, like the end of last week. Theirs came out, and it was real fun to see. Lots of haul from those ladies, and good stories. I think there were quite a few fully finishes, some finishes, just a lot to see and to appreciate. And another one is Welcome Stitchery, Justine and Shelley. Oh, the Two Needles Pulling Thread, that is Missy and Kathy. Welcome Stitchery is Justine and Shelley. They make you smile. They make you laugh. It's just a really joyful floss tube. And the things that they share, because Justine has her own shop, so she has even more things that she can share with you than the average stitcher might. So those are the ones that I am suggesting for this month. And that kind of brings us to the end. Thank you for coming and sharing your time with me. I appreciate anyone who comes and watches. I know there are lots of people that you can choose from. So when you come and choose me, I appreciate it and just enjoy sharing my stitching with you. I will be back in about a month, the beginning of September. I will be back, and hopefully I'll have some more finishes for you, maybe even some fully finishes. I am doing some sewing, so there may be some sewing next time. It all depends on how far I get with that project that I'm going to be working on. So thank you for joining me, and have a great stitching day. Yeah, thanks. Bye.